Welcome to Community Cocktails with Kimberly, hosted by Kimberly Woodard, a realtor for nearly 20 years with Ebby Halliday Realtors. Join her every first and third Wednesday of the month as she meets with the top community influencers to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now, your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Welcome, viewers, to this episode of Community Cocktails with Kimberly. I'm so thrilled about this episode, and I know you guys are going to learn so much too. I'm sitting here with the Hancock family with Elephant Trunk Moving Supplies, and welcome, y'all.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, definitely. So let's talk about your company and tell viewers what the company is.
Okay, well, I guess I will start. We each have our own role in the company, but sort of in the beginning, it was about my inspiration.
Okay.
All the way from my childhood, I'd always been conscientious about taking care of the earth and being ecologically conscious. But in 2013, I learned about a company called Frogbox, and they're up on the Canadian border in the United States, and they run all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. And they do exactly this. They provide an option to the cardboard box on the local move. And so I was like, wow, that's brilliant. And being in real estate, I'd heard so many people lament about the cardboard box. And so I was thinking this would be a great fit. There's nothing that I knew like this in the area, and I'd never even heard about this idea.
Right.
But at the time my husband worked, he taught full time, and then I worked full time. So in 2013, it wasn't the right time to start the business. But in 2015, we had a chance to revisit it. Frogbox wasn't interested in coming down to Texas, and so we thought, well, we'll just figure this out. So we came up with the name Elephant Trunk. Frogbox contributes to the frogs, and so Elephant Trunk contributes to the elephants.
Love it.
We hired Chloe was actually in Girl Scouts, and one of her Girl Scout mates went to SMU as an art major, and so we invited her over to help us design our logo. And she came up with the logo and the coloring, and we just loved everything about it. And so we had it trademarked and all of those kinds of things that you do with trademarks, and went forward. At the time, and I think I'll let John kind of share this part, but we had a pickup truck at the time, and we had boxes. And so if you want to tell that story, John, about the pickup truck.
we were trying to figure this out all along, and I was so pleased. I was happy that it was my first big pickup truck. I was really pleased to have it. And I'm going, I'm put these boxes right on the pickup truck. And what I didn't realize, I was an English teacher, not physics, and I was not aware that these the lids for the boxes, I don't know if you can see them, but anyway, these make magnificent wings. And so we were driving down the road one day, and I'll be darned if I see something out the rear view mirror, and and boom. So it flew majestically. It was way up in the sky. And so after that, that's when we went to, I figured out how to batten them down. So I went that far. And then actually we had some work done on the Ford, and we rented a van, and we're going, because of now we don't have to worry about anything flying off. We can put a whole bunch of stuff in there, and also a friend of all of ours, King, he hired us, and I'm backing into his driveway, and I see him shaking his head when I'm going in there, and I'm going, get out. I go, what? And he says, basically, I don't know if I'm quoting him perfectly, but he basically said, hey, you can't be backing up into my yard looking like Jethro Bodine in that pickup truck. So he said, look, I've got a friend who's Pace Graphics. They'll wrap your van. He said, you'll look professional, because we just had magnetic signs. And it just seemed like after that, it was like the first day I took it out with my wrap, and I was really proud, and I get a phone call. Hey man, I just see one of your buddies, your people driving your van down the road, and I'm going, So it was recognized right off. So and I think we felt a little bit more professional ever since that, and it seems like right after that things kind of smoothed out, and we pretty much know what we're doing now. So
well, it takes you, it's a learning curve. And whenever you're opening business, you've kind of ups and downs, and you kind of then figure out the ways of things that work, and then you go with it. Well, I love these boxes. I mean, they're nice and sturdy. They stack well. So that's a really nice feature of it, because you can stack them versus, cardboard boxes where you got to stack it. If it's not level right there, it kind of sinks.
And they have nice little edges on each side. And when they're empty, they nest inside of each other. And when they are full, they stack really well. And the movers have told us that they dolly up really quickly. And so some of our clients have said these boxes actually saved them money on the move because they were dollied up so quickly and moved so quickly, as opposed to what you pointed out about the cardboard boxes. They don't have handles and they're harder to just manage. So it's definitely been just a win-win. Everyone that's ever used them has said, I would never move any other way.
Right.
And nobody has ever said, I wished I would have used cardboard.
There you go. Yeah, cardboard. Well, let's talk about, kind of cost. And we're doing something for the environment with these. And I know on your website, you have, the 3 pros for the environment. So let's elaborate on that.
Well, first of all, the box is made in the United States. And we have been in business since 2015, and we have not had to send any to the landfill.
Oh,
we do have another product that we didn't bring here today, but it's a corrugated vinyl wardrobe box, and it holds about 30 hangers. Some of those we did have to take them out of service, but we found a company in Fort Worth that actually was able to, melt them down and convert them into plastic paint buckets. So our effort has been to A, reduce the carbon footprint, and B, make no garbage. And with the moving, and even when our clients pack, we encourage them to use sheets, towels, and blankets first, because if you don't create the waste, you don't have to dispose of the waste. But another accessory offer is biodegradable paper. And so if they do need to pack some things, that is something that would break down. So definitely being economical. Our price point is about the same as cardboard. Ecological, and it's so much easier. People have told us that it just made the packing as stress-free as possible.
Nice.
Because we all know that it's kind of stressful.
It is. It is very stressful.
And just to explain a little bit about our process and our structure and everything, we have everything set up on our website with the pricing based on bedroom packages. So people won't just you don't have to figure out how many boxes you think that you might need. We have a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, up to a 5-bedroom package. And then our rental starts at 2 weeks, just because if you can pack, move, and unpack in 1 week, you're a superhero. And so we wanted to, again, take the stress out of the move and not pressure people to be, getting things done as quickly as possible. And then with Elephant Trunk, my dad always talks about how he doesn't want to charge people for the full extra week until they actually hit that extra week. So our 2 weeks is actually 2 weeks and 6 days. But they go on our website and they pick their bedroom package and their rental period, and they can check out there and pick kind of a date that they think would work for us to deliver, and we will deliver them to their current house, and then they'll pack or have them packed. We work with a lot of different packers, and people have had organizers come in and pack their stuff too, and it's been really great. And then they'll move them themselves or have them moved. And as Mom said, movers can be less expensive because we cut down time on the move. And then they'll unpack and then give us a call, and we will come and pick them up. So super convenient. You don't have to deal with going to get them somewhere or trying to configure getting rid of them at the end or breaking down all the cardboard, and there's no assembly required. So we really try to emphasize easing the move as best as we possibly can. Obviously, there's absolutely no such thing as a stress-free move because moving sucks. But we try to hit those pain points as best as we can.
Right. Well, and I think too, a lot of people, during these last 24 months, we're seeing a lot of people doing remodeling in their homes, and this is the best because you've got to pack in everything. I'll use a kitchen. Remodeling a kitchen, I mean, you don't realize how much stuff is in your kitchen until you start packing in the kitchen, and you have to empty out everything. But what's so nice is that these can stack in your house very nice and easily. You're not having to worry about the cardboard boxes. And, then when you're done, you're done. So I love that. I love that they're, the stackable, the different sizes. And then I do like that you offer the bedroom packages, because I know myself, I wouldn't know how many. I'd be like, I don't know. I'd probably go the lesser, and then, I'd be like, I need more.
And that happens. John always asks if they have extra stuff in their house, or if they feel like they're more of a minimalist, and that kind of helps to decide if they should bump it up one bedroom size or bump it down. And then if they have young ones, they tend to have a lot of accessories.
Yes. So. Lots of toys.
So really nice. One funny little story, one of my clients, they were waiting for their furniture to come in. And so they stacked a couple of these on the end of their bed and used it as a side table. And like you said, used it as a coffee table.
Oh, yes.
They're just very versatile and so sturdy. So you can use them for a lot of different things.
Yes. I mean, I love that. I love the different sizes, that they're sturdy. And again, the stackable thing is wonderful. And of course, you're doing something wonderful for the environment. You're not doing any waste with it. I think those are just, fantastic things that, other companies that, there's not, I don't know another company here that offers that.
There are a couple.
Okay.
And in the whole United States, we think that there's less than 100, but it definitely is a progressive business. And with that being said, starting our own business, we've had to learn a few things the hard way, because we don't have a business model that we can follow. We don't have a mentor that we can reach out to. And so we've learned things. And I love when Chloe wishes that we had like a third person, because having a family business, sometimes it's not always the easiest to come up with.
I was going to ask about, it is, we got mom, dad, and daughter. And we all know how, mom and dad love you. We know how that can also butt heads a lot. So how do you guys manage that?
I mean, we do our best. We have family meetings pretty regularly to talk through ideas, and we've worked a lot on kind of focusing on like what are our like big picture goals, and what do we want to do to make those big picture goals happen, and kind of making sure that we're aligned on what we want going forward. I think that's one of the biggest things, is us all being different people. We can have different visions for different things. And so being sure that we're kind of on the same page and moving forward in ways that make sense for those things, and just reminding ourselves that we're all on the same team.
Right.
So whenever we're making decisions, it's, it's not that your idea is terrible. It's just that some ideas like may be better fits or something like that. So we try to do our best to not take things personally, which can be hard, especially with family. I think it's even harder. I think that everybody can say in any company and business that they've worked in, that they can take things really personally, and whenever like people don't want their idea to be the thing, but it's even more personal whenever we all share blood. So, but it's fun. I think it's really fun to be in a family business, and I think that it also makes communicating a little easier. You don't have to be as afraid of like stepping on toes, because it's like, we'll work it out. Like you can't fire me.
Right.
So we'll take whatever steps are necessary to like make things work, and be sure that we're communicating in ways that that fit for everybody.
We're pretty good too. I would say about 2 out of 3. So 2, the majority wins, right?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, someone will be really adamant about something, and we'll kind of revisit it, and if it's something that it's just not that necessary to do, then we can back off of that. That's not a really big thing, but we've not had any. We've definitely had some disagreements, and but I think we get more laughs out of the business than we do any hard feelings. So so it's still fun.
Yeah.
John is mostly the face of the business, and Chloe and I, we do more of the marketing and the PR and that sort of thing. But him being the face of the business, most of our reviews always include, John was just so great, or for the longest, his favorite compliment was he was a godsend, because, everything else was falling apart in their move, but yet this was very dependable.
Yep. Well, that's great. I love that.
So did I.
And the fun thing is, like, whenever I tell my friends to order boxes or like stuff like that, I'm always like, oh, I can't wait for you to meet my dad.
No. Well, I'm really intrigued about the elephant. Now, why? I know, the other company had their kind of philanthropy for donating to the environment. Why did you choose the elephant?
Well, my first inspiration was the travel trunks that people would travel with on steamships.
Okay.
And because it was called the trunk, the natural animal connected to that was the elephant.
Mhm.
So that was kind of how that came together. And it was just always a nice fit. And I have my little elephant earrings that I have. So it just spoke to my heart. And I wanted to be able to have a philanthropic endeavor with the company that we could continually support. And we have an elephant. Her name is Tara.
Aw.
And she lives on the land. And so when we made our first donation, they sent us Tara's picture. And so it was just very touching.
Well, it's a pretty good place. It's a unique place because they're retired circus elephants,
Okay.
and they actually keep them away from human beings, correct?
Oh,
Yeah.
No
wow.
humans can go there. I mean, I can volunteer and go and work in the barn,
Yes.
but not to have any interaction with the elephants.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the Elephant Sanctuary in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's kind of a little retirement facility for elephants.
Yes.
And
And they just really, it's fun. They do have elephant cameras on the land.
Okay.
So whenever the elephants are doing different things on the property, they'll put it up on their website and we can watch the activity of the elephants, but not any interaction necessarily with humans. Like they're there to live their life as freely as possible.
Wow. I mean, I love that. I love hearing that. And I love hearing a business giving back to the community and locally. I mean, everything that you're doing is local. Your boxes are local, made. You're giving to a local, you're keeping all of it here in the U.S.
Yes. We have done a lot of local endeavors. We provided sandwiches for My Possibility staff during the pandemic. John with the van, he's transported toys, with our office.
Right.
We brought them to the last couple of years to the center where we would wrap them and things like that. So we definitely stay involved. Mimi's
Yes.
love
Big-
packs. Some of these boxes are at different locations and they collect the donations for her charity as
Nice.
well. So we just try to be as community based as possible.
Again, I love that. So let's kind of recap. So people want to, we're going to have your contact information here. So if people want to contact you, they can get on the website, give you a call if they're having questions about, typically on average, if I needed boxes, I know my move is, next week, is there a lag time that people should expect, to make sure that they book you, so much in advance?
Well, our attitude is we like to have 48 hours. If we can get that, that's
Okay.
nice. But our attitude is if we can do it, we will.
Awesome.
So if someone is, and I mean, it happened this weekend.
Okay.
I had at least 4 orders that I got on Friday, and I delivered one of them on Friday the same day and 3 of them on Saturday.
Wow.
So I was able to do that. And so if we can do it, we will. But we do prefer a little bit of time.
Yes.
But we'll try to help you out. And what we tell people, if you can always order online, but it's best to call then if you are doing something like that. If you need them in a hurry.
You need expedite service.
Some people need to get out of Dodge.
I know. Well, and sometimes people, I think it's the last thing. They're like, I've scheduled the movers. I scheduled, my utilities up. Oh, wait, I got to pack now. I need boxes.
We do hear that. Yeah.
I always like to stress though, because some people thought that it was there's been a big learning curve just because we're not compared to another box of Kleenex.
Right.
This is something that a lot of people have had a little bit of trouble getting their minds wrapped around it. So my tagline is that we provide an option to the cardboard box on the local move. And whether you're being professionally moved or you're moving yourself, every move starts with a box.
Yep.
So having it delivered to you is so civilized instead of going out and getting them. And one of my favorite stories, there was a stranger at one of the big box stores and saw a stranger getting boxes. And they went up to that stranger and said, you should put those back and you should call these people. Well, that person did, but they didn't tell us. they told yet a third person, and the third person told them the sequence of how they learned about us.
Oh, wow.
And I say, when strangers are reaching out to strangers, we're really doing something great.
Oh, definitely. Well, I love that story. And let's cheers to y'all. Cheers to a great, I guess we're getting up to 2022. Wow. Let's cheers to a good upcoming year.
Yes, it'll be year number 7 for us,
Yay.
so we're just very excited. I think 7 is a lucky number.
Yes.
So I think 7 is going to be even better.
There we go. Cheers to 7.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to contact Kimberly with your real estate needs, you can reach her at kimberlywoodard.ebby.com. We hope you enjoyed our guest this week, and remember, don't just love your home, love your community.